Hey, let me show you something. We're experiencing a heat wave over here in the state of Washington, and obviously I do not want to be home. And one key interesting fact about, let me just say this right now, if you do plan on moving to Washington, finding a nice little place to stay, most of the homes, apartments, complexes do not have air conditioning. Primarily because for the most part, Seattle is a pretty cool place, right? It rains a lot in the wintertime, in the fall time, even in the springtime. But in the summertime, it can get a little hot. So I've been living in Washington for the last 4 years now, and I swear it's never been this hot before. Don't quote me on that. I mean, I'll have to double check on Google, but the fact that on Monday, this coming Monday, it's going to be 110 degrees. Now, LA doesn't even get that hot. So of course, what do I have to do? I have to go out there and find a nice little area to cool off. And obviously I am not gonna go to South Lake Union. I'm not gonna go to Lake Washington because those places are already jam-packed. So what's the next best thing to do? Like we always do, let's go out in nature. Let's find our own place to cool off. And so for today's video, we are gonna go ahead and explore Weeks Falls, which is located in the Olallie State Park region. And we are gonna try and find a nice little hangout spot in the Snoqualmie River. And so let's see what we can find. I can find my nice little isolated spot, set up my hammock, and just enjoy the cool water. Let's take a look. Alright, so my initial plan didn't pan out, and I was trying to find a nice little wooded area where I could set up my hammock. Now, unfortunately, did not find a good spot. So we're gonna go ahead and walk towards the falls and essentially see what we could find. Alright, take a look at that. You see this nice little area right here? I figured if we could try and find access there some way, somehow, that would be fun. Take a look at that. That looks like a really good spot to set something up. Either way, let's get really close to the water and just enjoy a nice cool breeze. All right, so that adventure was also unsuccessful, and generally it looked like it was gonna be a good spot because there was a lot of rocks. Now, one of the key drawbacks about the fact that I didn't stay there was because of the damn flies, damn mosquitoes that hover around the calmer waters. And two, it was very slippery. I actually ended up slipping on one of the rocks and I kind of banged my knee. So I would not recommend going that route. So let's go ahead and try another area where we could access the actual waterfall or the falls instead, okay? All right, so I finally found access to the area with the rocks in there and all that. Only issue is that it's a dam. I didn't realize it was a dam. And there were a few people there, but I'm really debating whether or not I should really go there, because one, I feel like it's illegal. Like, I don't know if it's legal or not to access the dam portion like that. And there obviously was a lot of warning signs showing you that, you know, the dangers of possibly swimming next to a dam where the undercurrent is very strong. And obviously I'm not a good swimmer, so I don't really want to risk really doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go and be simple and find the river. Let's go. All right, so you can clearly see we finally made our spot. We found our spot, and the hammock is kind of set up. Now, it's not perfect, but you know what? Sometimes perfection is never a good thing. Maybe, I just made that up. Anyway, this was a very random video, very impromptu, but primarily trying to showcase other options for people who live in the Washington area, particularly in King County, who are looking to just find a place to cool off and just get away from that summer heat. Because I would imagine South Lake Union, Lake Washington, plus no shade, completely just basking in that hot heat. So I highly recommend venturing east and going over towards the Snoqualmie River area, where it's a lot more, sorry, the dog, where it's a lot more peaceful. It's not as crowded, and granted, the water is freezing. It is freezing, but it does feel very good. I had a chance to kind of stick my legs in there, but I'm not really too sure if I'm brave enough to venture and just dunk my whole body in there, because glacier water is cold. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It's a very, very impromptu thing that I want to just try and do and just explore, right? That's what my channel is all about. Let's explore life. Let's explore what's out there. And so I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Stay cool, everybody.